Girls, episode 1 in the chop shop, Chris A. Hardaway. Right here we got a square wire 2.0 spring hinge with some beat up fire iridium lenses. I ordered some 5 squared fire iridium lenses. We're going to chop those to replace these scratched up old lenses. I don't know if you can see, but there's some scratches on there. Look pretty good on camera. Here we go. Because these lenses are non-polarized, we don't need to worry so much about the axis. What that means is the rotation of the lens. A few degrees isn't going to make a difference here, boys and girls. But we don't want to ruin the lenses that we're working on. So we're going to run a test cut. That means before I ever cut the fire iridium lenses, we're going to cut a clear lens that is also an 8.75 base curve lens. We're using a Brio edger today, the finest that France has to offer, although here I am in the USA. We're going to put this lens on this guy here and put it into the machine to trace the size of the lens. After we trace that, we're going to be putting this plastic lens into the edger and test it for size. Now, Oakley lenses are called plutonite, which is basically a type of polycarbonate. So it's a little different. The polycarbonate is going to be a lot more impact resistant. And interestingly enough, I just found that a square wire 2.0, although it does have a screw hole there, does not actually have a seam that opens. So these are basically like almost like a cold insert setup where it's just going to snap to fit. So the sizing is key. It's got to be perfect. Okay, here we go. We got the shape. We're going to put it into the edger. The plastic lens first. We're going to cut this at a relatively high speed since we're really just trying to get a rough cut here. Now let's hope I don't cut it so fast that it actually cracks. Polycarbonate or plutonite is a lot more impact resistant, so it's not going to crack under a fair amount of pressure, where plastic lenses are a lot more likely to crack. So let's keep it moving here. While that's cutting, we're going to use this little plate with some grippers on it. Not sure exactly what they're called, but I'm going to call it a lens gripper. This will help hold our lens straight while we put it into the machine. Now what this machine over here does is it blocks. I've got the cover and the door off of it right now because there's a small repair that's needing to be done. It's Thursday night right now. We're actually going to be working on repairing that on Monday morning. Not really life or death. We'll just keep working with what we got right now. I'm rotating on the screen here the shape of these Oakley 5 squared lenses. I'm rotating them basically with the digital template so that everything lines up nice and square. I'm blocking the right lens now, then we're going to block the left lens. This is a tray. Put the screw in the tray so you don't lose it. I should have done that already. There it is. The first cut. Right lens. May or may not fit first try. It fits, but it's slightly loose. That popped in extremely easy. I would say that that is not a pass. So that proves why I like to do a test cut with a cheap plastic lens before doing a polycarbonate Oakley lens that might cost you $50, $60, where that lens cost me about $5. We got the right lens block, Fire Iridium, authentic Oakley. I'm going to put this guy in here now. Close the chucks on it to hold it in place. Set up the speed at which we want to edge and the amount of pressure we want to use. We're going to do a custom bevel on it. And let that guy hack away. Now, many of you have met me on Oakley forum or purchasing from me on eBay. This is my first video. I probably already said that. But now you can see some of the chopping skills at work. By the way, this lens is going in the trash. I wish I could recycle it, but I don't think I can. We're going to open this, make sure there isn't any swarf on the lens, any residual garbage. Looks clean. So chop away. Blocking the left lens on the other side here while that cuts. This is pretty cool. I'll try to show it to you. This shows us a little picture of the lens outline that we're cutting and the lens layout of the lens we'll be cutting. And this button right here is going to put a small block onto the lens. Again, normally there's a door on this. There it goes. Try to set this camera back down. Call that good. Okay. There's my first Fire Iridium square wire 2.0 going into what looks like a silver frame, I guess. We no longer have ear socks on this, but those can be easily purchased still. In a few years, those will be really hard to get, but it uses a generic wire kit. And now that is a perfect fit. So let's cut the other one. I'm going to put the screw back in. Take off the block. Check the lens over here to make sure it's clean. Take out the screw on the left lens. Drop it carefully into the tray. Pop the old left lens out. Check them out, make sure you look good. It says, look, that's as good as I'm going to look at midnight. Probably about 1 more minute. We'll put them together. I like to clean these lenses off with a secret lens cleaner. It's got a secret name there. All Off. All Off will get all the oils, but more importantly, any marks. If I ever use a permanent marker, a dry erase marker, or my favorite, a Stettler Lumicolor pen, F for fine tipped. Check it out, it's open. The left lens is done. There's the right lens. Make sure the edges are clean. .75 base curve, 8.75 base curve. Interestingly enough, the left lens is more snug than the right. Just slightly, just a little trickier to put in. Voila, there you have it. Fully restored, ready to get a little $15 ear sock kit. Peace out from Chris A. Hardaway. To you on the Oakley Forum.